So every time I go there, I have this guard up of I'm eating healthy, no desserts, no surprises. I'm a healthy LA girly now, so don't you dare pull a fast one on me, parents. And I go home and they pull a fast one on me, and I'm so grateful for it.
You are always attracting energy into your life. The question is, what can you be mindful about attracting? I'm Shannon Bills, mindset mentor, energy healer, and intuitive reader. And today, we're having mindfulness for breakfast.
Good morning. How we doing, everybody? I'm recording this on a Monday, and I'm coming back from a very fun weekend. I got to watch one of my best friends dive back into something that she loved to do as a child, which is horseback riding. One of my best friends is from the UK. She was such a good horseback rider that she was up for riding for England. I don't know if that means for the Olympics or if that means for I don't know, whatever competitions were out there. All you need to know is that she was really good, and it was something that she spent many years doing and something that she loved doing. And only in the last year to 2 years did she return back to riding horses, which started out for fun. A couple of months ago, she had texted our friend group chat being like, I think I'm going to do competitions again. I think I want to get back into competing for horseback riding. So she's been training the last couple of months, and yesterday was her first horse competition in 18 years. And I was really in my feels about it. I just was very emotional. There's something very emotional about watching one of your best friends participate in a hobby that you know brings them so much joy, and it's a hobby that is such a big part of their soul. It's an undescribable feeling to witness that in somebody. I guess if someone were to say that about me, maybe that would be if I was doing a singing recital, or I went back to musical theater and all of my adult friends would see me back in theater. I would hope maybe that they would have a similar reaction, because it just gets me so excited to see childhood wonder unlocked. I guess that's the best way to describe it. And it was my first time going to a horseback riding competition. And let me just say, scary. I could never be a horseback rider. You're dealing with a live animal. They are massive and a lot of times uncontrollable because they're wild animals. And we knew going in that my friend's horse definitely has a few screws loose, but we love him. Shout out to Mozart the horse. There's definitely something off with him, though. I mean, seeing him with all these other horses, we're like, oh, yeah, there's something off. But we were watching all these other horseback riding, I'm going to butcher the language, rounds. Each round is a different thing that you can win a ribbon for or place for. And in the rounds I saw a younger girl, if I had to guess, probably 12 years old, basically spider monkey off of her horse. She looked like Spider-Man on the side of her horse, and the horse was moving because there was a world she could try to get back up to not be disqualified. But then ultimately she fell down, and I'm like, oof, that's scary. And then I saw this other horseback rider who was maybe close to my age. I couldn't really tell, but her horse stopped before the pole things that they have to jump over, and it flew her off the horse, and she landed on the little pole jump things and came crashing down. And the horse then just ran away. And I was like, oh my God, this is entertaining, but also scary. And there is this wow risk factor to it all that I just wasn't expecting. I don't know why. And so my friend, she placed first in 2 different competitions. And then in her 3rd competition, she placed 3rd. In her 4th competition, poor Mozart decided he wasn't having it. And I actually got the whole thing on video. It was kind of scary to watch your friend in danger because he started to buck her off the horse. And like, it looked like her body was like getting like whiplash in real time. She was safely able to get off, but the horse was like backing her into a fence. Like, it was, guys, it was intense. I wasn't expecting this for, you know, a day at the ranch, a horseback riding competition. I didn't realize how much danger is potentially involved. And it was emotional for my friend because, you know, you think you have something in control, and the animal very quickly reminds you who's in charge, and then it's out of your control. And it was just really emotional in all the ways. Emotional from a danger point of view, emotional from a, oh my God, look at my friend and how much joy she is experiencing in this moment. Look at how good my friend is. Oh my God, she won. Like, it was just, I felt all the feels. And I've talked about it already in here before about returning to a childhood hobby as an adult that just fills up the cup even more than it did as a kid. And I can't recommend it enough. That is something that I hope that I will always do. I'm going to get back into singing lessons again. I've been doing pottery, as you know, which is a new thing for me, but makes me feel like a kid, just like jumping into a random new hobby and skill set. It's just fun, and it doesn't stop as a kid. That's not what this podcast episode is about, but kind of. I have been wanting to share the story for the last couple of weeks because it happened when me and my husband, my dog, we all were visiting my parents back east. I always mention I have the best parents in the world. I have no notes. I have no negatives about my parents. They are just the loveliest people, the kindest people, the most caring people, the most empathetic people. They are a reason I am so spiritual. They are a reason I am so, I guess I'll toot my own horn of being like, I'm so balanced, you know, but they really raised me to be so grounded. And I'm an only child, for those of you who don't know. And obviously that has its own stigma, but they really raised me to be very independent and to treat others with kindness and to not be spoiled and to work hard for what you want. And if there was something I wanted as a kid, my parents would be like, great, spend your birthday money on it. You know, I don't want to say nothing was handed to me because they also were very kind and generous and basically always made sure my needs were met. But there were also a lot of things that they showed me that I had to work for, you know? I like to just give you that little context because every time I'm home, they treat me the way they've always treated me, which is just like, we love you so much. We want to take care of you. Is there anything we can help with type energy? I'm talking like, Mom loves to do my laundry. I mean, maybe she doesn't love to do it, but she does my laundry when I'm home. Obviously, I step in, but they fall back into these old habits of being like, we want to do your laundry. I wake up, breakfast is made. My dad, he's the cook in the family. He always has breakfast, lunch, dinner, everything you can think of. It is there. And anytime I would be like, Dad, I can make myself a sandwich. Like, I've lived alone in LA for 11 years. He'd be like, nope, sit down. Let me do it. These are the types of people that have raised me. And this is important context because something that they always do, I should say my dad specifically, is he always makes sure that there are sweet treats in the house because I have a big sweet tooth. I love my desserts. I love my carbs. And everyone knows that about me. And every time I'm home, my dad will have either, if you are from the East Coast, you're probably familiar with black and white cookies, like half of it's vanilla, half of it's chocolate. He will have a pantry stocked with those. He will have chocolate bars. He will have ice cream. Like, he stocks it like no other. And this was something he always did for me. As a kid, as a teenager, he always kept the pantry stocked with my little treats. And as I get older, I am like, Dad, don't keep these in the house because I will eat them. I don't keep them in our home because I would be eating sweets every hour of every day if I kept them home. Now, do I deprive myself of them? Absolutely not. If I'm out to dinner, I'm ordering that dessert menu. But at home, I don't really like to keep in the pantry because I know I will eat it. And so the last couple trips, I have found myself trying to tell my dad, like, Dad, please don't. Thank you for doing this, because he used to do this for me all the time, even as a kid. I have a specific memory, actually. I don't know why this is coming up as I'm talking, but he would always say, Shan, I have a surprise for you. I'm like, oh my God, what's the surprise? And it would always be around food. Always. Like, whether it's we're going to your favorite restaurant tonight, I got you your favorite dessert. There was a phase in high school where he would get me, you're going to be like, what the heck? They were these cookies from IKEA. I haven't had these cookies since maybe middle school or high school. So I guess they are Swedish. I think IKEA is Swedish. Swedish cookies. And they're like these thin, crispy cookies with chocolate in the middle of them. And how often are you at IKEA? Probably not very often. And so my dad every so often would be like, I have a surprise for you. And it would be these IKEA cookies. They were really, really good. I don't know if they still have them or not. I haven't had one probably since high school. But that is my dad. That is his love language. He loves surprising me with stuff like that. And every time I go to visit, I always give them the heads up, like, hey, I don't need the sweets in the house. Please don't get anything. And every time I get there, he still has all the sweets, all the cookies, all the things laying out for me, because he knows that is what makes me happy, my childhood self. This is where all this tied into one today, guys. Childhood self is very happy eating her sweets and home with her family and getting surprised by Dad and the cute little thing that he does. And it does make me happy. It really does bring me back to this place of, Dad, do we have any sweets in the house? We sure do, kiddo. Like, I love it. So every time I go there, I kind of have this guard up of, I'm eating healthy, no desserts, no surprises. I'm a healthy LA girly now, so don't you dare pull a fast one on me, parents. And I go home and they pull a fast one on me, and I'm so grateful for it. But why I'm bringing it up today is because this last trip, we were home. I was surprised with the black and white cookies and all the things. And we're in the pool. And my dad says to me, tomorrow I'm going to take you guys for a surprise. And I'm in the pool and I'm like, Dad, I've been eating so much junk since I've been here. Please tell me this isn't food related. He's like, oh no, you'll see. I'm like, okay, it's food related, but is it actual food, Dad? Like, is it healthy? Is it food? He's like, you'll see. I know you're going to love it. It's a surprise. And the next morning, we're hungry. We're ready for lunch. And my dad's so excited. Like, he will still write down like addresses or do a little MapQuest situation. Like, he will plan out everything for when we're home and track it of like, okay, well, if we're going to be in this part of town, then like it makes sense to show them this and this and this. Like, it is the most thoughtful thing ever. And it's the most adorable thing ever. Like, he plans everything out. He has all these little Post-its in his office of like breweries he wants to take my husband to and just all the things. And so I see he has his little paper in hand of wherever we were going, and we're in the car and I'm starving. And all I wanted was real food, real healthy food. And my dad's like, okay, guys, we're pulling up, get ready. And we get to a soft pretzel joint. And my dad is so excited. And my first initial reaction is this like hardened LA girl, too cool for school, pissed that I'm not about to eat healthy version of myself. And I am mad at my dad. I'm like, Dad, why? This isn't food, Dad. Why are you taking me to this soft pretzel place? And I could see how sad he was. As the second it came out of my mouth, I was like, oh my God, that was really mean. And I didn't like that. I said that. I didn't like that version of myself, because he was so excited to show me this place. Because another thing about me is I love my soft pretzels. In fact, I had a soft pretzel yesterday at a German restaurant. Like, I do love my soft pretzels. And this place is not just a soft pretzel place. This place, it's in Wilmington, North Carolina. I don't have the name of it at the moment, but it is a soft pretzel place in Wilmington, North Carolina. And there are hundreds of versions of create your own soft pretzel. So you could stuff it with like fruit and Nutella, or cream cheese and raspberries, or bacon and cheese, or ranch and chicken, and like anything. It is like build your own, choose your own soft pretzel adventure. And I just knew my attitude walking into the place, I hated. It was this hardened version of myself that was just so not about eating the carbs. To this day, it's been a month, I still regret it, because it's not me. And I want to acknowledge a cute special thing that my dad did. And when I got out of my crabby pants mode, I ate the soft pretzel and it was so freaking good. It was so good. I was like, yeah, Dad, you were right. And even when we were at the soft pretzel place, my dad got extra soft pretzels to just bring back to the house, to snack on, because we were there like 10 days. And even when he's getting those extra things, I'm like, Dad, no, like, don't keep it in the house. Well, not even 24 hours later, we're home watching a movie, and I look at my dad and I go, Dad, do you have any of those soft pretzels in the house? He's like, I knew you would want it. He's like, I know my daughter. And it made me so emotional, because he does know his daughter, and my mom knows her daughter, and the people around me know me so well. And I think having a hard surface up sometimes because you're trying to be this new thing. As I'm saying this out loud, it's kind of going against this opposite advice of a podcast episode I literally just put out 2-3 weeks ago of how to be your new self when other people only see old self. I guess today I am flipping that script and narrative a little bit for this specific circumstance of how can I soften up like a soft pretzel? See what I did there? How can I soften up and allow others around me to love me the way they want to love me? And I guess in this case, it involves sweets and soft pretzels. I just kept hearing my higher self be like, Shannon, soften up. Soften up. Drop this diet the second you get home and yell at your parents anytime they even think about wanting to get a dessert. Like, soften up. Let it go. You're on vacation. I was on vacation. And that is all I kept hearing. And I actually remember writing something in my phone. I'm looking at my notes because sometimes if I don't have my journal on me in real time, I will just kind of write down a reflection that I am feeling in the moment so I can go back to it and be like, oh yeah, that was the lesson. And that night, because I was so emotional, just like reflecting on how I reacted around driving up to a soft pretzel place. Never thought I would say that out loud, but here we go. Reflections show up however they want to. But that night in my phone, I wrote soft pretzels. My dad knows the real me. Younger self wants me to come out. Stop being so serious and soften up. And I think that's the message. I think that's the message today. I think that's the breakfast item. How can we soften up? Maybe this is around friends trying to get you to say yes to go to this party, but you're like, no, I'm not a party girl. But like, maybe you soften up and you decide going to one party is not going to kill you. Or maybe it is you always telling your family that you don't like the beach and you're more of a pool girl, but they've been wanting to have this beautiful special beach day. Well, maybe soften up and realize that one beach day isn't going to hurt you, right? I don't know what the thing is, but I guarantee you listening to this is on purpose today. And it's because there is something in your life or someone in your life that you need to soften up with. So allow this soft pretzel story be the reminder. And maybe this is the story that you start to think of when the next circumstance comes in where you find you're hardening and you don't need to. So soften up, everyone, and go have a soft pretzel and think of me.